Hi, welcome to PrimeTime Pickleball. My name is Jordan Briones, and in today's video, we're gonna show you the top pickleball wall drills. Let's jump right in. All right, so before we get started, if you're not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also hit that little bell icon so that you could be notified every time we release a new video. We really appreciate it. All right, so in today's video, I'm just at a public community wall here. This is a multi-purpose wall, and I'm going to show you the best wall drills for pickleball that you can do. All right, we're going to go over 5 different categories: dinking, volleys, resets, ground strokes, and overheads. All right, so let's jump right in. All right, so the first drill that I'm going to do has to do with dinking. Remember, I really want to focus on my contact point, getting a consistent contact point out in front, and I'm gonna try to do my best to watch the ball. Real quick before we get started, a little disclaimer: you'll see there's a lot of cracks here on this court, and if you have that same scenario where you are, just if the ball lands on the crack, just let it roll and then just start over. Here we go. So as you can see, the bounce is not true, and it's a little bit different every time because of the asphalt here, but you know, just try to do your best and concentrate on what you can, which is a consistent contact point out in front and keeping your eye on the ball. Getting low with my legs is also really important. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the backhand side and do the same thing with the backhand. Here we go. Oh. Try to do my best with the cracks here. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna alternate. So I'm gonna go forehand to backhand and try to my best to switch every time, and it's also gonna work on my footwork. Oh. Remember, the key focus points here are my contact point and getting into position. All right, now we're gonna jump into some volley drills. These are really important. We get a lot of volleys in the game of pickleball, and the first thing I'm gonna start off with is just regular forehand volleys. Remember, the key things I wanna focus on is my contact point, and also trying to, I'm going to keep a focal point on the wall, because these volleys are going to be a little bit they're going to be fast, right? So I'm not going to be able to watch and keep up with the ball the whole time. I want to keep an area that I'm looking straight ahead, and I'm going to work on that contact point out in front, hitting these forehand volleys with my continental grip. All right, we'll start with forehand volleys. Notice I'm nice and low here, trying to keep my contact out in front, my best, doing the best that I can, and I'm staying low. Okay, my eyes are generally fixed in a certain place on the wall, and my volleys are out in front. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the backhand side and do the same thing. Trying to hit the sweet spot of my paddle every time. Okay, all right, so the next one is a little bit tougher, and you're gonna alternate from forehand to backhand. So this is gonna work on your directional control, and you also might need to move and shift your feet a little bit to get in good position. Here we go. All right, so this last volley drill that I'm gonna show you is called the 2-touch drill. Now it's an advanced skill and an advanced drill, but you can go out there and try it, and hopefully you can work up to it. I'm gonna show you right here. Here we go. So as you notice here, still trying to keep my contact point out in front, bouncing it off my paddle and then sending it to the wall. It takes a lot of paddle control, and it's just a good control drill that you can do. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing on the backhand side. All right, this side is a lot tougher here. But if you could get it under control, then that's what you want to do. All right, so now let's jump into the next drill. All right, so now let's jump into some ground stroke drills. All right, this is a good thing that you can practice against a wall. Like I said in the beginning of this video, there's a lot of cracks here. So ideally what you would want to do is drop feed the ball and keep hitting ground strokes repetition after repetition. Here it's really tough because all the cracks. So what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna feed a short high ball off the wall, and then I'm going to act like I'm hitting a third shot drive, and I'm just going to work on my ground strokes like that. So I'm going to start on my forehand side. So a few things that I could focus on here is getting my feet in correct position. Okay, I'm hitting with a closed stance. All right, and also keeping that contact out in front. Also trying to focus on a nice, smooth, relaxed swing. If the ball doesn't bounce right, then you just catch it and feed it again. As you can see, I'm trying to aim right above that line. As I'm hitting a third shot drive, working on my ground strokes, okay, at least I have a target and I'm trying to aim low to the net. Again. Again. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing on the backhand side. All right, so after you get those ground strokes in, the next thing I'm going to work on is some resets. In the first one, I'm just going to feed the ball off the wall with good pace, and then I'm going to work on my resets. So I'm going to start on the forehand side, and I'll show you right here. Okay. So you want to feed the ball hard off the wall, then try to slow it down with a reset. So this would be a reset into the kitchen. Same thing. I'm going to be focusing on my contact point out in front, having a loose grip, trying to drop that ball into the kitchen. All right, so you can do the same thing on the backhand side here. Okay, so that one was a little low, so I got to adjust a little bit. All right. Okay. Still, I'm trying to focus on keeping that ball out in front, and with the resets, it's really important when you're trying to hit this shot. Remember, I'm trying to hit the first ball with a lot of pace so that I can then slow it down. right, so the second reset drill is a little variation. I'm gonna feed the ball high off the wall, hit a drive, and then after my drive, I'm gonna try to reset it. Okay, notice how I'm hitting my drive with my momentum coming in, and then I'm stopping and hitting that reset into the kitchen. All right, now I'm gonna do the same thing on my backhand side. All right, so this last drill I'm gonna show you has to do with overheads. Now this is a really good one. The first variation, I'm not gonna hit the ball. I'm just gonna show you how I practice my footwork for my overheads. Then the second variation, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the ball. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start approximately 10 feet behind the wall, and then I'm gonna hit the ball high off the wall. And what I'm gonna do for correct overhead footwork, I want to make sure I turn sideways and make sure my shoulder here is perpendicular from the wall. And you'll see I'm going to catch the ball up here where I want to make contact with the ball. All right, so I'll start here, I'll feed the ball off the wall, and I'll just catch it, and then you'll see also that my paddle is up right over my head like this, and I'm gonna catch the ball right in the area that I would want the contact. All right, here we go. Just like that. You can start off by just feeding it so that you don't have to go too far back. Okay, you can start with just really shallow feeds like this and work on that footwork. Then if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, practice those really deep lobs. You can feed it harder off the wall. Okay. So this is a really good drill. It really works on your footwork, getting set, and then as you catch the ball, that's where you want to contact the ball. Now, what I'm gonna do is do the same thing, but instead of catching it, I'm still gonna put my hand up so I could track the ball, and as it comes down, then I'm gonna swing, aim for the wall. Okay, remember this drill, the key things I want to focus on is good footwork. Make sure get sideways so that I can shuffle back when I need to for a deep lob, and also making sure I keep my hand up here, my paddle up here, and then I'm striking the ball out in front. All right, so that concludes our top pickleball wall drills. Hopefully these are very helpful to you. If you can't play right now or you don't have partners to play with, this is a good thing that you can do. You can always improve your game using a wall. All right, so thanks for watching us in this video, and we'll see you in the next one. And that one didn't work. All right, here we go. You know what, sometimes the wall just makes a good shot.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like.
Thanks so much for watching. For more free video lessons, please visit primetimepickleball.com. But before you head on over there, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Also, for PrimeTime Pickleball shirts like this and other great apparel, please visit ptpgear.com.